Alright, so hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Beta, and welcome to my 1000 subscriber world tour! Woohoo! We have finally hit 1000 subscribers on this channel, so thank you all very much for the support, and I figured to celebrate, why not go back in time and reminisce and go over the 2.5 years of work that I've put into this world in an updated world tour video. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to be going through all of my builds, giving you guys some history on them and if there's any meaning behind them, why they're there. And also, in the description, I am going to be putting a download link. So you can actually download this world. I know, a lot of people have been asking for it for such a long time. I just truly never got around to it, but now it's here. I have added a download link in the description so that you all can download my Minecraft world. And I guess without further ado, let's just begin. This is going to be a very long video, so make sure that you're comfortable, grab some snacks, and let's go through my world. So to start, I guess I can show you the pillar that I'm standing on. This pillar here was one of the very first things I built in this world. I believe either episode 2 or 3 of my beta let's play I built this, and I start every single video in this general area on this pole. This is where I will start every video, and it's been like that ever since, and I never tore it down. Moving over this way, past the water and lava fountains, we have the main house. This was the first major build in this world. It's gone through a lot of renovations. When I first started building, this whole area outside here was just one big area, and then the middle here was as it is now. This hasn't changed, but the whole outer area was one big room. And I didn't really like that, so instead I went and changed up every single room. So to start, welcome to the library. This is simply just a place to sit, and I wanted to put up some of the Minecraft paintings, and I absolutely love the way that bookshelves look in this version. So you'll see a ton of those throughout my builds. And on top of that, you'll also see a lot of jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know why, but I really like the way that the jack-o'-lantern looks. So you'll see them scattered all throughout my builds as little hints of decoration, and that's why they're there. And moving on to the rest of the room, this is just my smelting room. This is where I have, I guess, a bunch of stone smelting and some crafting tables for crafting. This is just where I come if I have a mass smelting needs. This over here is the, I guess, living room. It's got some nice areas to sit and these two big chairs right next to the two music discs that I have in this world. Now, Beta only has two music discs, so I actually have the whole album, technically. And once again, you'll see the pumpkins scattered around. And I also love the way these bricks look along the top here. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think they look great, so you'll also see me scatter some bricks around the world here and there. Moving on, we've got the kitchen area. This is where I can come if I need to make myself some more bread. So I actually am going to make myself some more bread, just so we have it for the future. And then we have a nice brick oven furnace here. Over here, we've got the inside garden. This I've actually never harvested. Not entirely sure why I built it, but now we have a little garden in this room. And then back in here is the bedroom. This is where I sleep almost every single night, looking out in my world, and I've got my dog, who I actually haven't named. Don't worry about him. Over here we've got the TV room, watching, looks like some kind of kung fu movie, a nice little side table, and of course more bookshelves. Now leading into the middle, this is my storage area. And as stated before, this has not changed since I started the world. Here we just have a bunch of dirt. This is my cobblestone and stone area. I've got all of my wood in here. It's chaotic organization. That's what I like to call it. This is my glass and sand. Over here, this chest is gonna be bad. This is all of my shrubbery and animal drops in here. And then this is the only chest that's actually organized. This is all of my resources. And then I would show you guys the attic, but I actually have yet to put anything up here. I've had this world for 2.5 years and I've never put anything in the attic. The only thing that's up here is rare blocks because I made a YouTube short up here. That's another thing you'll see around my world is I have a ton of just shorts that I've built but never took down, and I kind of just left them in the world. Underneath the storage room, we have the basement of the main house. Over to the left is something that we'll get to later, but it's just the minecart track. If we head over to the right, we have the idea room. This is where I have rooms for the mansion and also just build ideas. So if I ever have an idea of something that I want to build, I always just run down here and add it on here. And if I'm bored, I can come down to the idea room, find something to build, and make a video out of it. Next, going to the left, we just have another sitting room. Once again, more books, and this large open window that looks outside. Next, we're going to head down the hallway here. If we head to the left, we have the pool, because no house is complete without a pool. Just a nice little area to sit and cool down. Outside here, we have... Going back over this way, we have a nice little walkway out to the outside restaurant. Don't mind this here, I haven't fixed it yet. I am greatly sorry for that. This was gonna be a DJ stand, but when I built this was built like 2 years ago, I didn't actually have any music discs, so instead I just turned it into a little restaurant. And then down here, we've got just a little loading dock, and this is where I would put out my boats and head out. But now I have the fishing house, which I'll see in just a second, and that's usually where I take my boats out. I'm actually just going to go along this way here, and I'll take you down this pathway, and this leads to the Nether. We head down here. I made it look like the Nether was corrupting the overworld. I love the way that this turned out, especially with the fire, and then the very loud Nether. I would show you guys the Nether, but I haven't built anything in it. Like, there's not even a cobblestone box around my portal. Like, it's bad. Heading up these stairs, we have the marketplace. This I built for a video, I'd say about a year and a half ago. I still have a ton of resources over here that I haven't moved over yet. I really should. But this right here is just a nice little marketplace. And then up these steps, this was supposed to be a castle, but I never actually got around to finishing it. You can see by the grass blocks, I had a layout planned, but I just never wanted to build it, so therefore I just didn't. I lost inspiration, and therefore I never finished it. And heading over this way, we can go to the watchtower. this was a very recent addition to my world. I believe I built this... Still just random stuff. I built this about a week ago, as of the time of recording this world tour. It's got a nice map, as you can tell by the cobblestone. And then, of course, it's a watchtower, so you've got your bed, you've got your kitchen area, storage, and then a view all around. Next, heading back down, that over there, I'm not going to walk all the way over there because it's a very small build, but it is a cave starter house. Once again, I made that for a video on my channel about a simple starter house. You scroll back, I believe I posted that about a month ago. If you want to see what's inside there, it's nothing major, just chests, paintings, furnaces, everything you would expect out of a starter house. Next, we are going to head over this way. We are going to skip this tower for now. We'll come back to it. And instead, I am going to take you through the town. So, I guess we should start here. This... I don't know what this is. This was meant to be some sort of cool looking shrine or monument of some sort, but I built it all out of cobblestone, so it doesn't look good at all. And then I never tore it down, so that's just there for now. And then in here, this is the important stuff. This is... I don't even know what to call this. I guess an appreciation walk. This just says thank you to everyone who supports me. And then in here, I have a bunch of different signs with a bunch of different supporters of the channel. So I appreciate you all so much, and it means a lot that you all stop by and say hello and watch these videos. So if you want to be in here, all you have to do is just leave a comment down below and let me know what you like about the world. That's it. It's pretty easy. I just love reading your guys' comments, so when I see people like them leave very nice, inspiring comments or helpful tips, it means a lot to me. So thank you all very much. And without further ado, let's continue on. This world would not be the same without you. And then thank you from Air. Out here, we just have a nice little fountain. Nothing too major. And then this, of course, connects back to the marketplace. And now that we have this back corner done, we can start heading over to the town. This is the main walk over to the town. And if we head to the left, we have our little dog play place. They've got a little tunnel to go through and a scratching post, even though they're not cats. And then back here, they've got a nice little pond that they can swim in, and whatever this is. Heading across the street now, we have my original greenhouse. This is where I used to farm all of my sugarcane and all of my cactus. I believe there's still some in these chests. Yep. Still a little bit. And then back here is probably some cactus. Yep. So this is where I used to come and farm all of this. But now I have a much bigger area to farm sugarcane. And I have an automatic cactus farm. Over here on the left, we have a nice little garden. This was just meant to be a little area to fish, look at some rocks, maybe admire the sugarcane. I just thought that this pond was naturally made, I might as well keep it, and I really like the way that this turned out. Crafting tables everywhere, as per usual. And then this right here, this is an original tree. So this whole area in the world used to be forest, but this right here is one of the original trees in said forest. These ones have all been placed by me even including that one. So this is an original tree from when the world was created. So I decided to encase it and make sure it stays safe. This right here is my automatic cactus farm. When the cactus grows, it gets hit by the fence and immediately breaks and goes down in the center for collection. I'm actually going to sleep in my statue, just so we can get it to be daytime again. And speaking of statue, this is, I'd say, a monument. I'm not entirely sure who it's supposed to be. I just liked the way that the sword looked in his hand here, so I decided to build, I guess, a guardian, you could call it. Heading straight here, this is the 1-year cake. This cake I placed here, I believe March 30th of 24, and it's been here ever since. And this is to symbolize 1 year in the world. I have not built an official shrine for 2 years yet. I'm still trying to find a good place to put it, because I want to keep it close to here, but as you can tell, this area is pretty full. But we'll figure it out. But for now, my 2-year cake is in the top of that tower up there. Heading over here, we just have a nice outdoor restaurant. Got some shelves where people can grab some items and purchase them, and then sit right here and eat as you look around the town. If you look up, you'll see Jango Fett. Just because I like pixel art, I'm a fan of Star Wars, I figured, why not just throw it in the world? And I really like the way that it turned out. Same thing with the skull. I just wanted to liven up the place and make it more unique. So I added a skull and gave him red eyes. This right here is a mattress store. And this I built because I'm always on this side of town, and none of these other buildings in the area have beds. So when the sun started to set, I figured what better place to go than the mattress store to sleep. Heading down this way now, we have the smelter room. This is just an area with a bunch of furnaces and crafting tables, and these are all here for the mine. This is, I would say, my main mine, but that's over on the other side of the world. This was just an area that I built so that I could, that was scary, so that I could just mine down at Y11. If I ever want cobblestone, I'll usually come down here and just mine around. As you can see, I also have some strip mine tunnels in the area. And let me see, how do I remember this? Is it this way? Yeah, okay, here we go. So this right here is actually my spider spawner. As you can see up there, spider spawner. I'm gonna turn down my sound for now, but the spiders come down here, get hit by the cactus, and then their string will drop into the center here for me to collect. And then back up this way, once I reach the top, I will show you the house up there. But for now, I am going to give myself a little breathing break, and I will see you at the top. Alright everyone, I am back. And this house right here just leads down to the spider farm. And on the side of the mountain, I decided to build a pixel art spider face. And I love the way it turned out, and especially at night, you can see it from basically anywhere in my world. So I love the way that it turned out. This right here is the Honda Pilot. This was my best friend's car, his first car actually, and I decided to build it in Minecraft. I believe you can actually get in it. No, okay, I did not add inside capabilities, but you can see in the middle there. Heading back over this way, I'm actually going to turn the sound down just a little bit. This is my sugarcane farm. I'm not going to go inside because you can see everything from here, but this is where I harvest all of my sugarcane. Very easy, very compact, and I just like the way that it looks in my world. And then heading down to the left this time, we have the main town. This town I built way back in, I think, June of 2023. Maybe even earlier. But this was one of the first projects I had in this world. And I just love the way it turned out. Some of these houses have people's names on them. For example, Jay. One of them has, I believe, Alex, and this is Brendan's pub up there. They were all some of my closest friends in high school, and when I graduated, I made this town and put some of my friends' names on some of the doors. And there's nothing too special in the area. They're just houses. But I like the way that this little town square ended up, especially with the little sitting areas and even some food shops. Heading inside of this building, you can go up to the top floor, and this will lead you over to the first watchtower I built. This I built all the way, once again, back in June of 23, and it has some amazing views of the entire town in it. You can even see the hotel, you can see the wizard tower over there. You can see the starts of the city and even some of the newer builds. So I love the way that this turned out, and it's really been a centerpiece of my world ever since. Down this way, we'll go to the pub. This I have built for one of my Irish friends. He's not really Irish. But you can see it's just a nice little pub area. And then, of course, no Minecraft world would be complete without a treehouse. So we have a very nice treehouse that overlooks the entirety of the world. Alright everyone, and here we have the hotel. This was a space for if any of my friends ever joined the world. I just gave them their own little personal areas. And every single room is furnished. And we can go all the way up to... That creeper painting scared me. I thought there was a creeper in there. We can go all the way up to the roof. And next, I'm going to show you the left side of the town. Heading out this way, we have the bakery. Now, this bakery was one of the original builds and was actually the very first build in the town. I believe I built this probably April of 23 would be my guess. But it was one of the first builds, and I still think it looks good in here. I never actually put a cake or bread or any baking things in here, but I love the way the floor turned out. I like the little counter. And it even has a little pathway out back that leads to the market. This market is right on the water, and once again, I built this very recently, so you can go back just a few videos on my channel if you want to watch me build it. And this is right next to the wheat field with some scarecrows to make sure that no one decides to enter. Now, it is going to get a little dark, so I am going to sleep real quick and hope that nothing spawns. Perfect. Right. Heading up this way, we have a statue of Steve, because no Minecraft world is complete without some Steve paraphernalia. And then here we have a sports shop. You can see some of the items on display, and these boats were here, but something must have moved them, so the boats have gone kinda crazy. We've got stuff for fencing, and we've got stuff for shuffleboard, and a nice little checkout counter. Heading over to the right now, we have the blacksmith. Once again, this was a very recent Let's Build episode, so you can see me construct this. It's very basic, but I love the way it turned out, especially with the mossy cobblestone in there. And then welcome to the library. This library, I have a nice little furnace area, some places to sit, and a ton of books to check out. Going to the right here, you'll see something pretty unique actually, and this is a village. However, as most of you may know, villages weren't actually a thing in beta Minecraft. So this I have built from hand to replicate one of the old village designs. The only thing I changed was I put a bed in one of these. But we have the church, 2 little houses, and even the library and the well. Heading over this way now, this little frame here is supposed to be a supermarket, but I never actually got around to building it. So maybe one day it will be, but for now, it is not. And then these 3 houses are actually, you guessed it, builds on my YouTube channel. This was the first installment in the very easy, super simple starter house series. This one was more recent, and this one turned out to just be ugly, so I never actually uploaded that video. But they're all just some simple little starter houses. This over here is the start of a city. I haven't actually put anything in it yet, but I have flattened a ton of land over there. And this minecart track leads all the way back. I don't know if you can see it from here. Yep, you can kind of see it. It goes all the way back to the tower that I was talking about before. Next, heading down this path here, we have the Wizard Tower. Now I am going to go over the bridge, and I will see you all at the Wizard Tower in just a second. Alright everyone, welcome to the Wizard Tower. Downstairs we have the bedroom, and also just some more places to sit with some storage. Upstairs is the evil lair, where you've got levers and buttons to press, all spooky. Up next is a library. You can probably tell at this point that I like putting libraries in my world. Next level up is the spooky evil meeting room, where the wizard and his evil friends can have some dinner. And then no tower is complete without a throne. And this one is made of fire to symbolize that he is evil. And this ladder just leads up to the roof. Heading all the way back downstairs, you will see outside another simple starter house. This one was made for the desert. I'm not going to go inside, but I will show it to you real quick. It's right back here. It's got the brick aesthetic with the sandstone and the stone slabs up top. I have a ton of just random little builds all throughout the world, and it's really nice to have houses like this that I can go to if I'm ever exploring this part of the world for clay or sugarcane or anything along that sort. It's nice to have this area that I can go to lay my head. Speaking of this house over here, now this was originally supposed to be my main house. I built this with the intention of it replacing the house that I built day one on the other part of the world. I think I even have a sign that says, yeah, welcome home. So this was originally supposed to be my new house, but I started expanding more south of the base and not north, so this kind of became obsolete. I could still use it, definitely. And here we have an absolutely giant storage room. None of these chests are filled though. And then we've got some more smelting on this side. If we head up these stairs, we can go down this way. It's a nice little seating area, another idea board, and then over here, library, and a nice little TV stand. And then in the attic, we have the bedroom. And then the other part of the house, this I'm very proud of. This was my first real attempt at interior decorating. So I tried really hard to make this place look good. Starting right here, we've got a nice chandelier that goes down into the first floor. Nice chair, and then to the left, we have the bedroom. We have some dressers here and some drawers, and then even a nice little painting in the bed. Going to the left, you guessed it, we have a library. I love my libraries. A nice little spot for people to sit and play some music. And then down here, once again, just another little place for people to sit. And this was meant to be a music room. I don't know why there's mushrooms here, but this is another music room. Did they spread from this room? I don't know how those mushrooms got there. This one I placed. This is supposed to be here. This is like just a little guest bedroom. I don't know how those other mushrooms got there, but I'm gonna leave them for now. Going down this little back corner here, we've got just a small amount of storage. And out here we've got the main living room. How are you... Jeez, I guess this place isn't lit up enough. But we've got some nice places to sit by the fire. And then in here we've got the pool table. No cool house is fit without a pool table. Then we've got the kitchen area and the kitchen table where people can come sit and eat. And then in here we can make ourselves some food. Heading down to the right, we've got the TV room. I absolutely love the carpet in this room. I think it turned out very nice and looks very homey. We've got TV, more places to sit, and then we've got a nice little meeting area with views of the chandelier upstairs. And then one thing I didn't show is just this little hallway here, but this just connects both sides of the house so that you don't have to walk above in case it's night. And I believe that's almost everything on this side of the world. This right here is just a copy and paste tower. I got bored one day, so I just built a tower. I believe it's 10 stories tall. More than 10. I don't know how many stories it is, but I built that to the height limit. Just because I could. If I'm being honest. This right here is a house built entirely out of glass on the walls. I don't know why I didn't do glass as the roof, but I guess we'll never know. And it also has a nice little place to sit down. Next, I'm going to take you over to the disco, which is right outside here. And I love the way that this looks on the inside. I definitely need to update the outside and also build more stuff over here, because this is kind of in the middle of nowhere. But over here you've got a bar with your different tap beers. Got some nice places to sit. disco floor to dance on, and then you've even got a spot up here for the DJ. And with that being said, I believe that's everything on this side of the world. I can't think of anything that I'm missing. I'm gonna go over that in just a second. But yeah, I can't think of anything. So that part of the world is done. This right here is just a little rail system that leads all the way back up to the main tower. And then welcome back to the main part of the world. On the left here, we have a giant P. You've probably seen it before, but this is for Purdue University. I built this when I got accepted into college back in 23, and it's been here ever since, and I'm still a Purdue student going strong, and I'm starting my last year. Over here, we've got a lava castle, pyramid, whatever you want to call it. I love the design of lava flow in this version, so I really wanted to find a way to get it to work, and I think I did, and I think it looks really good. Heading over here, we have a giant cobblestone cube. I had absolutely no idea what to do for 1,000 subscribers, so I simply built a 10 by 10 by 10 cobblestone cube. So every single block in here is 1 subscriber, and that's 1,000. 10 by 10 by 10, every single block there is an individual subscriber, so if you're subscribed, you're somewhere in there. Heading over... Can I get up there from here? I don't believe I can. Oh, that's actually fine, because we gotta go up here anyways. This up here leads over to the mansion, which we'll go over to very soon. But I have a nice little golden block throne, shrine, whatever you want to call it here. I just like the way that the gold looks, and I wanted to build some sort of design with it. Heading over this way now, we have the swimming pool. We've got some nice little areas to sit with some chairs and tables, and even a diving board, which we can jump off and go directly into the pool. Heading over to the left here, we have our wheat farm. And this is where I can go and harvest any wheat that I need at any time for some food. I'm actually going to grab another stack while I'm here. And next we'll head over here to the mushroom farm. Now this is where mushrooms are supposed to grow. As you can see, I've got a few going up here and then some more in the back. And that's where I can go if I ever need to get some mushroom stew. And then up this way to the right, we have a giant creeper. Now this creeper is actually symbolic to the creeper pinata that 2 of my friends got me for my 18th birthday. When I turned 18, they got me a Minecraft creeper pinata, so I decided to build a giant creeper statue in my world. And there's even a house on the inside. So let's head to the back of the creeper. And in here, there's a staircase up. That'll take you to the top of the creeper, where the house is. You've got some seating areas, some beds, more jack-o'-lanterns and bricks, and then the giant creeper face on the wall. There's a ladder up, so you can see the rest of the world from here. Next, we're gonna head back down, and I will show you the restaurant across the way. So as soon as you exit the creeper, you can head up these stairs to the Paradise Restaurant. Down this way, we've got some nice little places for the chefs to cook, and a ton of seats for people to come outside and eat. Sunset Plaza, that's the name of the place. Sunset Plaza. Out here we've got some more just basic decoration. And with that being said, let me show you the waterfall. And this area leads over on top of the mushroom farm and then over to the wheat farm, which leads you down into the pool. I absolutely love the way that old Minecraft lends itself to like interconnected builds. So that's why I've made all of my stuff basically connected. You can get to anywhere from anywhere on this part of the world. And with that being said, I'm gonna go back inside of the house and I will show you the rest of the basement. So down here to the left, we have the incinerator room where I can go and burn any old items that I have or things that I don't need. I barely ever use this room just because in beta you can never have too much of something because you never know when you're going to need it, especially without fortune or any enchantments. It's hard to get mass items, so I don't really use this, but I still like the way it looks. And then down this way here is a little secret entrance to my inspiration room. This room is a spot that I can go whenever I am out of building ideas. I can come in here and just see what blocks I have at my disposal. For example, I can use maybe soul sand and I can pair that with, let's see, maybe some mossy cobblestone if I want to build some kind of evil design, maybe even throw in some spruce wood. And that's the whole point of this room though, is just to see what blocks I can use and what palettes go with what, and maybe I'll find a way to make a build. Out this way we have a secret entrance, and this actually leads right back outside to these giant paintings. And finally, I know I've been teasing you for a while, but now it's time for us to go into the minecart station. Now, I'll go down this path. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a breathing break, but this just goes all the way to the watchtower and back, assuming it actually goes. Oh, I didn't show you that house. That house is unfinished. It was meant to be me trying my best at interior design and also exterior design, but I never actually finished it, so I kind of just left it where it is. If we head down this way, I will show you to... Let me show you to the right first. This is going to lead us back out to this little walkway area here next to the 1,000 subscriber cube and the lava pyramid. But I want to show you the top of this, which is my throne room. Now, getting all of the glass for this took a very, very long time. However, I love the way it looks. I love the way that the throne room kind of overlooks the entire rest of the world. And I think it looks fantastic where it is. And when we head up here, we've got a nice red carpet leading us to our triple king size bed and our throne, complete with 6 gold blocks, 4 iron blocks, and of course the diamond seat cushion. And with that, you can take this ladder up and it'll take you to the top of the tower, which is actually a beautiful place to watch the sunset. Over here we have, of course, the American flag, and the flag underneath it is actually the Kuwaiti flag. And I built that for my best friend at college, who is a foreign student from Kuwait. So that is for him. And then down here, of course, we just have Mario and a Goomba. And with all of that being said, let's take a nap, and then I will show you the rest of the world. Sorry, I told you guys this was going to be a very long video, so I hope you're enjoying, because we still have a lot to go through. I've been playing on this world for about 2.5 years. So, as we venture away from the main world, I am going to show you a side series, actually. This I did, I'd say, about a year ago at this point. This was a fresh start for me. It had been a very long time since I had started fresh. This right here is just a nice little garden. It's actually the last video I posted, so I hope you saw that one. But this over here was a way for me to just restart fresh. So I built that minecart rail over here, and I saw this beautiful terrain in front of me. I loved the way it looked and the way it turned out. So because of that, I put all of my stuff in a chest, buried it under that dirt pillar, and came over here and started over. I had absolutely nothing to my name, and I came over here and built something pretty beautiful, if you ask me. Welcome to the tower. Oh, this is I've actually never seen it from this angle. This is beautiful, especially with the clouds rolling in. But welcome to the tower. Down here, I haven't actually built much, but if we head up, you can see this first level here is for all my farming needs. Did I put... Okay, I'm out of seeds, but this is where I could go to farm some of that. And then down here is a mushroom farm. If we head back up one more, actually not one more level, over here, we have the idea board. This was some of the episodes that I had. Expand the house, build the tower, the height limit. I don't know if I actually ever did that. Expand the base, and then episode 7 was the finale. This was a mini-series I posted about a year ago, so if you want, you're more than welcome to go back on my channel and watch that. It's about 7 or 6 episodes, I believe, and it ended with a tour of this area of the world. But since I'm doing a large world tour, I'm going to tour this and my main world. Heading over this way, we have a nice little water feature, and this water runs all the way down to the floor, we saw it before, and all the way up to the observation deck up top. And I'll show you the rest of that when we get up there. Over here is my storage room. I love the way that this turned out. I don't know if I actually ever used the storage room. No, I don't think so. I love the way that it works with like these paintings and the open, like floor plan aesthetic almost. I love the way that this base feels like enclosed, but also extremely open at the same time. I just love it. It looks fantastic, in my opinion. Heading back over this way, we can go up to the top of the tower. And when we get up to the top, I will show you the rest of the base, starting with the observation deck. This is the same water feature that I was showing you before, that goes all the way down to the bottom of the base. And this is just a nice little area. I believe it's height limit, right? Yeah, Y128. This is the height limit. And this is a nice area to see some of the views of the rest of the place. And wow, you can even see some of the trees formed, but they couldn't actually grow because of the height limit. Heading down this way now, we'll start at the main house, or I'm sorry, starter house. That's the main house. This was the starter house over here. I believe, yeah, this is where I put all my stuff. But any important things that I had, I brought over to the main world when I finished up this little mini-series. This here is the house that I slept in on the first night because I was scared and didn't have enough materials to build an actual house yet. So I just sat in here, and I never actually tore that down. Heading over this way, I'll show you this first. We have the art gallery, which has an absolutely beautiful view of a ton of different Minecraft paintings. And the base itself. You're actually walking on glass here, so you can see all the way down. And then over here we have a nice little water feature that leads down there. That was supposed to be an area for me to jump off of here and land down at the floor quick and easy, but I did cover it up, so I actually can't do that anymore. Heading over to the left here, we have the throne room. Ironically, both of these statues are lefties, so don't think about that too much. But over here we have a beautiful open wall concept where you can watch the sunset directly in front of you. And it also has the water feature that goes all the way down to the bottom. Heading over to the left, we have the Sunset Restaurant. This was once again just a nice area to look around the world. And if we head in here, we've got some places for the cooks to, well, cook, and then a big glass patio where people can eat their food and watch the sunset. Heading back over this way, it'll take us over to the main house. Now, as you can tell, the main house looks kinda ugly. I do apologize for that. However, when I built it wrong. The roof was supposed to start here and then go up, but instead I built it there, and that's height limit. So the house looks very stretched, but I did the roof last because I'm stupid. But I just kept it the way it is. As soon as you walk in here, you got a big red carpet and a beautiful kitchen. If you head upstairs, you got some seating areas, a TV, along with your bed. And then if we head down into the basement, we have a nice water feature, another bed in case anyone is sleeping, spending the night. And then out here, we have a beautiful picture of a sunset with a beautiful look of the art gallery and the rest of the world. And with that being said, that is the mini-series base. That is everything that I've built over on this side of the world. So, I guess I had a chest over here with some random stuff in it. I'm actually going to steal one of those shears. So, with that being said, this is gold. This is everything that I have on this part of the... Why do I have so much stuff over here? This is everything that I've built on this part of the world. So, I am once again going to give myself a little breather because I've been talking for probably close to 40 minutes. I'd say even like stretching an hour. So I'm gonna get some water, I'm gonna take a break, and I will meet you guys back over at the rest of the world so I can show you the mansion and finish off this world tour. Alright, I'll see you soon. Alright everyone, we are back at the train station, and I'm gonna take this little minecart rail over to this part of the base, which has the giant mansion, as well as some other little small things on this side. So to start, as soon as you walk over on the right, you have a tree farm. This is where I can go if I just want to get a ton of quick and easy oak logs or birch. If I don't have one of these for spruce yet, I need to place the glass, I think, a little bit higher. But it's a very good place to come if I ever want to get oak wood quick. This is simply just a hole. I wanted to build a hole all the way down to a bedrock, but I never got around to it. So I just left all of this here. And as the sun sets, I'm going to show you the luxury penthouse. actually, it's not really a penthouse. It's more like just a modern house. Ton of glass, of course. As soon as you walk in, you got your beautiful, beautiful double-decker, super ginormous king-size bed. I don't actually think there's a normal bed in here, so I'm just gonna place one in and sleep if I can. Here we go. No modern mansion or Minecraft house would be complete without fire. So we've got a nice little fireplace and of course some rooms to sit. Absolutely beautiful bookcase here where you can take out a book and sit anywhere you'd like. We've got a nice little seating area here, and then you've got a place for your butlers to cook and make some food for you if you're staying at the estate. And then if you head down this way, we have, once again, a nice little outdoor seating area with, I guess, zombies on the floor and shuffleboard. We've got a nice little shuffleboard arena over here in case you ever want to play some of that. I really like the way I used the stone slabs here to wrap around the building. It definitely gives the illusion that I'm going for, that this place looks more modern. I should do one around the roof, just to give it that little bit more detail. But I never actually did get around to doing that. But with that being said, welcome to the mansion. As of now, this is the project that has taken me the most amount of time in my world. I'd say it took me about 8 hours of building to get this thing done. It could have even taken longer. I really liked using different like slanted roofs. It looks kind of weird now, but back when I was building it, I was a big fan of it, and I still am. I love the way that this turned out. I love the big glass features. I feel like we could do a strip of oak logs right there to make this place look so much better. But for now, this is the mansion, and without further ado, let's begin. So, as soon as you walk in here, you are met with just a nice lobby area. If you head to the left, you've got some seating where you can look out at the rest of the world. Heading down this way, we have the main living area, and this is one of my favorite spots in the whole mansion. I love the way the big fireplace turned out, and I'm a big fan of these giant paintings on the walls too. I think this place just looks great. Over here we've got, of course, paintings, and then downstairs we've got the giant smelting area. This room here I have still yet to fill. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here, but it's a nice area that overlooks the water. So maybe I'll put a yacht outside, who knows. Heading over to the right now, we have a tree that is encased inside, fully in glass. This tree was unfortunately not here when I made the world. That is a handmade tree, unfortunately. Up here we have a nice balcony, once again just looking outside. I absolutely love balconies in this version of the game. I just love having ways to look at my world from multiple different angles. So glass and balconies are huge for me. And here we've got our deluxe, gorgeous dining table with some places for your butlers to cook. Going upstairs here, we have the storage area. Just a nice spot for whatever you need to store. Heading over this way now, we can take the staircase upstairs. And this will bring us to the master bedroom. This is a place, once again, to sleep, look out at. Unfortunately for now, you're looking at a mountain, but I might actually level this and put something behind it. I'm not entirely sure yet. Going down this way, we have a nice inside garden. And this I'll take you down later, but this brings you back over to the main house. We of course have more paintings on the walls and a nice view of the tree. If we head up here, this room is still yet to be finished, but it's a giant opening where I can put probably some kind of dance floor. That's my guess. Either a dance floor up here or maybe even a conference room, something along those lines. But out here we have our outdoor patio seating area where we can eat food under the sun. Heading down here, we get to the upstairs of the mansion. Got a nice little water feature and some places to sit. Over here, we've got the music room. I love the view from the music room. This view of the world here is just, I love it so much. That down there is the fishing house. I was gonna take you over there, but this video is actually getting very long and there's not much on the inside, so that's what it looks like from here. And of course, you can play some music. Over here you have the giant billiards table, because no mansion is complete without a billiards table. To the left, you guessed it, a library with some places to sit and some books to read. And if you head up these stairs, it'll take you to the roof, where we have, you guessed it, a library. Just a beautiful library with these very tall lights and some absolutely beautiful paintings with a sunroof. And then in this room, we still have yet to fill it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to put in here. Probably some rooms for the people who work at the mansion. Or maybe I'll make some small little rooms for them. Maybe in the bathroom, because I realize that this mansion doesn't actually have a bathroom. I don't think anywhere in my world has a bathroom now that I say that. So maybe I'll invest in some of those. But we are gonna head right back downstairs, and that is the mansion. And that just about wraps up the world tour. If we take this over, this road will take us back to the main house, which I'll go to in just a second. That is just a giant snowman that I built in December of 24, I believe, just for the Christmas holiday. This road here is just a giant minecart track that leads over to the snow town. I've yet to actually build the snow town. You can see where it drops off, right on the side of that ice lake. There is nothing over there yet, but I would love to start the series where I build that up. And then, I believe, I don't know if I showed you this yet, but I'm going to do it again. This bridge here just leads down into my strip mines. There's nothing too fancy down there, so I'm not going to take the time to go down there, but just know it is where I strip mine for all of my resources, right next to the house, and it goes all the way down there. And now, with all of that being said, I am going to take you to the final build, which is that giant tower that we saw. So this tower I have built as a minecart station. This has access to the city, which we saw earlier. It has access to the other side of the world, and I will probably give it Snowtown access, and then also another space later if I can think of something. This right here is the 2-year cake. This I have not built anything for, but it is the cake that I placed on March 30th, 2025. Oops, something I've yet to show you. I want to show you real quick. The minecart track that we saw earlier by the watchtower, this one right here, leads out to this area right here, which is going to be my redstone testing area. I haven't built any redstone yet. but you can see the outline of it over there. So that's where I'm going to build all of my redstone contraptions. I also then show you that house. Jeez, there's so much in this world. Um, that house is just on top of the mountain. It looks really nice in there, but there's actually no way to get up to it besides scaling the side of the mountain. I built it just as a way to overlook the rest of the world. It's just the inside of the house. If you want to download the world, once again, download link in the description. If you want to download the world and go tour it for yourself, feel free. You're more than welcome to. And to finish off the world tour, I want to show you the museum, and then we will ride off into the sunset. So, starting over here, we have my very first diamond sword. As you can see, it is just about to break, but still with us. Same with my very first diamond pickaxe. Over here, we have my very first set of iron armor. I don't have the helmet because it broke, but we have my chest plate, my leggings, and my boots. Over in this chest here, we have my very first wooden pickaxe. Wooden pickaxes suck in this version, so the durability that you see there was just enough to make a stone pickaxe, and I never used this again. And then finally over here we have my very first piece of mossy cobblestone. The reason that it is important is because it is not craftable, and also it was the very first time I found a dungeon in beta. And with all of that being said, I believe that is the world tour done. That was a lot of talking. That was a lot to show, but as you can see, I have spent so much time in this world, and it just means so much to me. So once again, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. I would like to thank you all for 1,000 subscribers, and I would like to thank you all for all of the support on my channel. And with all of that being said, as we finish the world with a little minecart rail, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!